This is going to be extremely useful for all competitive exam aspirants, be it. So ecology is interrelationship between living and its environment, that is its abiotic and biotic environment. Okay. Skip at your own risk. The first question is, so hello and welcome to Beyond Biology. I'm Shomi. We will be doing a NCERT revision series. This is going to be extremely useful for all competitive exam aspirants, be it teaching exam aspirants, UPSC, civil service, or NEET. Okay, so the first topic that we are going to do is ecology and environment. And as you all know, guys, this being a revision series, what we are going to do is we are going to go from the last chapter of class 12 to the first chapter of class 11. Today being the first class, we will deal with organism and population. The topics we will deal with are these, and in the end we will do some MCQ. Before we begin, we need to understand the meaning of the word ecology. It originates from oikology, a Greek word having its root words as oikos and logos. Oikos means a place to live in, and logos, we all know, it is basically study. So ecology is interrelationship between living and its environment, that is its abiotic and biotic environment. Okay. Next up is ecological hierarchy. Hierarchy means steps or levels. So ecological hierarchy is basically how organisms and individuals are organized. This picture sums up the ecological hierarchy. A short animated video with storytelling is already up on my channel. I will put its link in the comments or the description box. So basically what it is saying is, for example, I'm a teacher, right? I'm a one single individual. So I am the individual and I am teaching you guys, right? You're also individuals of the same species. Okay, we are humans, so we belong to the same species. So we are making up the population from individual to population, right? Then when we are adding other say pets or plants to the discussion, then from individual to population to community. Finally, when we are adding other abiotic factors like it can be sun, rain, humidity and other stuffs, it becomes ecosystem. Then when we are talking about other climatic zones, it can be tundra, savanna, tropical rainforest. It becomes biomes. We will discuss about biomes later, and everything summed up together forms the biosphere. We have discussed this before. Biomes can be of various types, and this chart is a comparison of the various biomes in respect to temperature, precipitation, vegetation and animals. Questions that are typically asked from this part is the amount of precipitation that is generally seen in deserts, or maybe the type of vegetation is found in tropical regions. Okay. Environmental factors can influence an individual, and biotic factors that influence can be because of the interaction between species, and we will discuss this on the second part of this chapter. Today we will learn about the abiotic factors, like see here, climatic, edaphic and topographic factors. We won't go into details because this will consume a lot of time. We will just quickly brush through this. In the next topic, we will see how temperature plays a role on vegetation. For example, in case of megatherms, so here the temperature is very high, okay, and typically vegetation survives in this very high temperature. For example, in tropical rainforest, okay. Similarly, in case of mesotherms, we can see that temperature varies. We can have a very high temperature, very low temperature, okay, in case of deciduous. In case of microtherms, temperature is low in conifers, and in case of hecastotherms, temperature is quite low, which is in alpine. Okay, Next we will discuss a few important terms. First I will start with the fourth one, which is hydrophytes. What are hydrophytes? Hydro means water and phytes or phyta is plants. Basically these are aquatic plants. Okay, and the first, second and the third one is epi, meta and hypolimnion. So what is limnion? Limnion mainly is aquatic region, okay, aquatic zone. So the upper strata of water that is exposed to light is epilimnion. Next is meta, middle one, and hypo is the lower one, the lowest layer or the basal layer of aquatic zones. Okay, first one is epilimnion, middle one is meta, and lower one is hypo. Likewise, let us discuss eurythermal and stenothermal. Okay, what are these? Eurythermal, also known as homeotherms, endotherms, or warm blooded. Warm blooded means us, okay, humans, birds who have warm blood in their body. Okay, so basically eurythermal are mainly animals who can have a wide tolerance of temperature. Okay, the word thermal is definitely, you can associate thermal with temperature, and uri, wherever the word uri comes, it is mainly associated with animals that have wide tolerance towards what? Towards thermal, that means temperature. Okay, so steno means is just the opposite. It is, they do not have the tolerance and they have to withstand that cold temperature or very high temperature. They have a narrow range of tolerance. Okay, steno means they have narrow range of tolerance, and uri means they have wide range of tolerance. Okay, tolerance towards what? Temperature, of course. Okay, so you will understand this better when we will discuss about homeostasis. Okay, so eurythermals or homeotherms, they are warm blooded, and stenotherms are cold blooded. Example, reptiles, amphibians. Again, euryhaline means haline is somewhat related to salt water. Okay, uri means again wide tolerance of what? Saline water. Steno means narrow range of tolerance of saline water. Example of euryhaline is salmon, and stenohaline example is shark. Okay, so I was talking about homeostasis. So what is homeostasis? It is a process how we keep our internal environment constant. Whatever is happening in the external environment, be it cold temperature or heat, do not change our temperature, body temperature, based on that. Okay, we have a mechanism of keeping our internal environment constant despite whatever changes in the external environment. Okay, so based on this, those who can maintain that homeostasis are called as regulators. Okay, those who can maintain are regulators, and those who cannot, okay, those who can maintain a little homeostasis are conformers. Okay, so regulators can maintain a body temperature. Okay, they have they are more active, they consume a lot of energy, because energy to maintain that temperature. Okay, so they are see, you can see this in the form of a graph. Okay, see here, those who can maintain, so they have a particular temperature. Okay, and they maintain that particular temperature within their body, so their temperature level is similar. Okay, and those who are regulators, they tend to change. See, there is this straight line, and the temperature is more or less constant, like similar to that of the environment. Okay, they are regulators. And there are animals who are partial regulators, because they have a tendency to maintain the temperature, but in case of extreme climate, okay, they cannot maintain that. They do not have that metabolism or their body mechanism to maintain that much of temperature. That was about conformers and regulators. This is very, very important. Next is what happens when they cannot do it. They they cannot maintain the temperature, what they do, they migrate, they move to other places. And those who cannot migrate, okay, not all animals are able to migrate, what they do, they suspend. How do they suspend? They hibernate. Hibernate means winter sleep. They go to sleep during winters, during harsh winter climate, they go to sleep. For example, polar bear. Another type is aestivation. What is it? Summer sleep. Okay, they cannot withstand that extreme sun, that extreme temperature. What they do, they go to sleep in summer. Okay, example is snails, fishes. Okay, and a third type is seen, it is known as diapause. Okay, it is a state of suspended development, that is, they, it is similar to that stage 0 where they do nothing. Okay, they completely, as if they have stopped their entire metabolism, their entire cell activities, and they do nothing. Okay, this is found especially in zooplanktons or in low groups of plants. Next very important topic is Allen and Bergman's rule. First we will understand Allen's rule. Okay, this is very important as well as very easy topic. Okay, so what is Allen's rule? It states that in case of animals who reside in colder climates, they have shorter appendages. Okay, in case of colder climates, what they do, they try to preserve their temperature. We were talking about preserving temperature, conformers, okay, and regulators. So what they are trying to do, animals in colder regions, they try to have shorter appendages. So shorter appendages will lead to less of heat loss. Okay, for example, the left one you can see is a Arctic fox, and the right one is a desert fox. Okay, the second picture. So you can see they have shorter ears. Appendages is mainly the extremities. Okay, like ears, nose, etc. I'm giving you an analogy. What happens is, in case of cactus also you will see, in desert, this is just an analogy. So in desert, they have the plants, they have a tendency to have thorns. What are thorns? Basically they are modified leaves. So what do they do? They have these thorns and they try to reduce the water output. Okay, and so that is how they maintain it. It is also, if you know, like compare here in desert region also, the foxes have their ears, have small ears, okay, as compared to desert areas, because they are trying to maintain that, like, I am not going to give away the heat, I am going to reduce the size so that it doesn't go away. It is similar. Okay, this is one is Allen's rule, easy one, right? And Birchman's is, it states that in colder climate they try to be larger. Okay, see the example where the left part is a picture of a mouse which is found in Alaska, being a colder region, and the right part of the picture is a mouse of Texas. So the mouse of Alaska is mainly it is basically larger in size to that of mouse of Texas. Why is it so? It is because Birchman rule states that colder climates the animals tend to be larger. Why? Because their volume, in the ratio between volume and the surface area, it is it has to be small. That is when less heat is lost to the environment. Okay, so that was it about Allen's and Bergman's rule. Okay, so if I want to summarize this two rule, so Allen's rule states that animals in cold climates, they have shorter appendages as compared to animals in warmer regions, and Bergman's rule states that animals in the colder region, they tend to have like big bodies, okay, as compared to big body surface in as compared to animals in the warmer regions. So these are basically Allen's and Bergman's rule. You can take a screenshot if you want, and you can refer to this later. We'll be doing a few MCQs, and these are extremely important. Skip at your own risk. The first question is, the natural place of an organism or community is known as. This you must know. Okay, so the natural place of an organism or community is, right, it is going to be habitat. Okay, it is habitat. Let's say this. Okay, so there are two options here. Okay, one is niche, habitat, and biome. We know biome is not the natural place of an organism, right? What is biome? Biome is mainly when you add the climatic factors. It can be, it is basically a broad range of things, right? It can be tropical rainforest, it can be the aquatic region, it can be tundra, right? So as we have discussed this before, this is not the natural place. Okay, this is not a specific place. It is a bigger concept. It is a bigger place where many organism or many plants, organism, things, they come together, okay, including the biotic factors. So it is definitely not biome, right? Habit, there is nothing, no such thing as habit here in respect to ecology. So there are two options mainly, niche and habitat, right? Habitat and niche. So what is the difference between habitat and niche? Habitat is the physical place where an organism lives, okay, and niche is considered as a profession. For example, I live in my house, there is a particular address of this house, I live in India, okay, and my profession, that is teaching, is considered my niche. So what is the natural place of an organism? It is going to be habitat, okay, it is going to be habitat. Now let's move to the second question. So these all are very important. Next question is, where on ocean temperature of water is found to be maximum? Where on ocean temperature of water is maximum, right? So you should be knowing the answer. We will discuss this. I'm just giving you a few moments. Chalo, let's discuss. Suppose this is the ocean, the lower part, the middle part, and the upper part, right? We have discussed this. Epilimnion, right? Metalimnion and hypolimnion. We have discussed this before. The upper part, top part, middle part, and lower part, right? So these are the three options we have. We have already discussed what are oceanic vents. Oceanic vents are regions, okay. Now let's understand this. Let's understand this part. There are few regions, okay. For example, in the lower part of the ocean, okay, in the surface of the ocean, in the lower bottom surface of the ocean, there are few regions where it develops cracks, okay, and when there are cracks, it gets exposed to the inner part of the earth surface, and there, what do we have in the inner part of the earth surface? We have magma. We have magma. So magma is hot, okay, the temperature is very high, temperature being very high, what does it do? It actually transfer the temperature to the upper part. So here an oceanic vents are developed. So this region exposed to the lower part of the earth, inner core part of the earth, okay, it gets exposed to that temperature. So here where on ocean temperature is of water is found to be maximum, the answer will be oceanic vents. Okay, this is the first answer, first option, that is going to be the correct option. If by any chance this option is not there, what will be the answer? The answer will be always epilimnion, always. Okay, the answer will be epilimnion if oceanic vents is not there. Okay, so this is the second question that we have dealt with, and the third question is, what are plants growing in acidic soil called? Okay, I'm going to give you few minutes. Okay, so as you can see here, the prefix in these words, if we divide these words, you will find there are two parts. Okay, see the options: halophytes, auxilophytes, samophytes, lithophytes. So what are these phytes? Phytes means plants. They means plants. Okay, so let's understand this. Basically, see here, plants growing in acidic soil. Acidic soil is, see, halophytes means salty, oxalo means acidic, samophytes is sandy, okay, and chasmophytes is rock crevice, lithophytes is rock soil. Basically, litho means soil. Litho means soil. So what was the question? The question was, what are plants growing in acidic soil? We all know, we have just learned acidic soil means oxalophytes is the correct answer. Oxalophytes. So oxalophytes are plants that are growing in acidic soil. Okay, these all are very, very important. This may come in other questions or other these are very important concepts that you must know, especially if you find these words also like phytes, phyta, you will immediately know it actually leads to or it deals with plants, right? Hydrophytes we have studied before. So phytes is always related to plants. Okay, so these root words are very important, and you need to like compare and analyze this. Just mugging won't help. Okay, so we have reached the end of our topic, and that was the end of our first class. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and if you like this class, comment down definitely, and comment down for class for part 2. Okay, so we will deal with the second part of the class, that is organism, the biotic interaction. We will deal with biotic interaction of species in the next class. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.